Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, Chapter 52. When we last left our heroes, the trip to the beach villa continued. We found out that Nagi and Sachi were stuck sharing a room, and they opened up with some good sibling antics that gave way to Yoshikawa trying to tell us there's a romantic spark there, when there very clearly is not. Meanwhile, with Erika and Hiro, where the fun stuff was happening, they had a nice conversation about how shocked they are. They've kind of reached a point in their lives where Hiro is hanging out with a minor celebrity and Erika has an actual friend. We find out that Hiro has never met her fiance, and that if Erika is really not interested in Nagi, can Hiro date him? Hiro immediately pretends to fall asleep right afterwards, so we don't really get a resolution on that point. But Erika realizes that she has come to this villa with her brother as a child, and for some reason thinks that he's still here now. So yeah, all that being said, let's jump right on into the 50-second foul. Letting manga decks load. Hold on. Alright, there we are. 50-second foul. When we meet him, I'll be there with you. And our picture here is of Erika in her old school uniform, I think. Extra pages this week as Erika and Nagi follow the trail to their brother, a shocking revelation. And so we see Erika saying, "It's just like I thought. Look at this pillar." All four of them are looking at this support pillar for the house, and we see a height marker, Sousuke 12. We also see Erika 7, probably about a foot below him. Sousuke? Yeah, that's my brother's name. He's 5 years older than me. So what we know then is that they were here around 10 years ago, which does not necessarily translate to he's here now. But anyway, and Nagi looks at her. Every summer when I was younger, we'd go to villas as a family. Out of all our vacation homes, we stayed here the most. We flash back to the two of them bringing the Twister game and the bubble bath mix. If we go there, we'll be bored, right? Let's bring tons of games over. And Erika chimes in, I'm going to bring the bubbly stuff with us. And so Hiro kind of smiles. I see. This place is filled with the memories of two siblings. And then Sachi kind of corrects what Erika said last time. So when you said my brother is here, you meant my brother and I were here together. Yeah, I mean, I guess those two things kind of mean the same thing. Just a really weird way of framing it last time, Erika. It feels more like it was there to set up a cliffhanger that didn't end up going anywhere. Anyway, Nagi then says, so his name is Sousuke. And Erika looks at him, Yeah. Because Daddy's name is Amano Soichiro, so my brother's name is Sousuke. Okay, so I guess the so is kind of passed down. And Nagi says, so I know this is, or no, so Nagi says so and then I think Erika picks it up. If you and I weren't switched at birth, you'd be named Soda or something, I guess? Nagi's kind of stunned at that. Soda? And Sachi just falls to the floor. Soda? Nagi's! And Erika looks at her. Sachi-chan's knees just gave out. And Nagi kind of looks away. And I was thinking it was a pretty spot-on name. And Hiro chimes in, well, I think it's a pretty nice fit. Seigawa-san. But it's really true, and he turns to look at the Sousuke marking. Umino-kun had a big brother, huh? Not that I really mind the fact. No, it's not that. I was just thinking that if you were a little brother, you'd be so cute, you know? And then Nagi starts to picture himself as Hiro's little brother, which is a very different take. As opposed to what Hiro just said. Me? Seigawa-san's little brother? We have an image of a younger Nagi. I think a younger Nagi. A different Nagi. Hiro. I got a 100 again. Good for you, Nagi! And we see Fantasy Hiro grabs Nagi and pushes him into her breasts. Because of course he imagines that. Come to your big sister so I can treat you like the good boy you are. Yeah, you can't date her if she's your sister, man. I mean, that's not stopping Sachi, but whatever. That would be awesome. And Erika just asks, what's he imagining now? And Sachi just looks away. Gross. Wait, no. If we were, we wouldn't be able to date. Yes, I'm glad you finally realized that, Nagi. Now, bring that energy over to Sachi, please. And then Hiro laughs. But having a little brother would be so nice. I'm an only child, you know? So when I think about it, I can't help but feel jealous. And Erika is just, don't be. You wouldn't have any time alone. And Sachi also joins in. Yeah, and then there's the bullying, too. And Nagi just stares at them. You're two to talk. Who's bullying who? Again, that sibling bond between Nagi and Sachi is really being stressed here. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that grief train. Even so, and Erika sits down, my brother and I were definitely here together. And she thinks back to the pillar, to the games they brought. Nagi looks at her, and Erika turns around. I wonder if there's anything else. Or no, hold on. I think that's not Nagi's line. I wonder if there's anything else. Maybe there's still more stuff in this villa. More clues to finding Sousuke. And we see Erika's, like, shocked at the idea. Hiro kind of claps her hands happily. Sachi smirks. They all get to look, searching for clues. This is it! And Erika has found something. These toys! We used to play with them a lot. A deluxe edition... and Hiro looks at them. A deluxe edition Philadelphia family. Of course rich kids would have one. Wasn't the Philadelphia family the, like, bear toys and rabbit toys that Hiro brought out back in, like, 44 or 45 or something? I think that's right. Anyway, Nagi kind of, rubs his eyes. Even though I said we would look for clues, I knew I'd be tired. Oh, right, because he didn't get any sleep last night. After all, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. How did this happen? And we see, like, you know, kind of dead face. He's starting to, like, drool a little bit. And Hiro comes over. Are you okay, Umino-kun? You seem tired. No. And Hiro notices something. And she notices Sachi also yawning and kind of blushing. And she grins. Like, she knows what's going on here. Which, again... Oof. I just want that plot line resolved so we can move beyond it. That's all I'm really asking for here. But anyway, Erika is still looking at the dolls. But this really takes me back. I played with this one a lot, too. And Sachi comes over. Oh, so you played shop too, Erika-chan? Played shop? Yeah, Nagi and I did it a lot, too. Nagi asks, did we now? So Nagi would be the clerk. We see this, like, she's giving Nagi a bunch of, like, toy, like, fruits and vegetables. And Nagi looks at it. Your total comes to 100 yen. That's pretty expensive. Can you make it 10 yen? Then is 80 yen okay with you? And Sachi, like, pitches a fit. No, I said 10 yen. 10 yen. Wow. And she, like, collapses on the floor. Excuse me, ma'am, but I'm going to have to ask you to stop crying. Nagi is like a you know, oddly accurate clerk. It's just really funny. And then baby Sachi with, like, a toy gun, then die. Bang! Bang, bang! Ah! And Erika, having heard this story, is just plays shop. Sachi, having remembered it all, starting to, like, be a little embarrassed, as Nagi retorts, I called it playing Yakuza. And then Erika looks up. To think you could play it like that. How did you do it, Erika-chan? And we see this whole mansion. Oh my, this property is a rather fine one, isn't it? I'll take it for 100 million yen. We see a young Sousuke. He's like a realtor or something. Madam, you have a keen eye, don't I? However, regarding this property, we received an offer of 1 billion yen from a buyer, and therefore I'm afraid I cannot sell it to you. And Erika, much like Sachi, pitches a fit. No fair, no fair, no fair! Then I'll buy it for 10 billion. And this house too. I'll buy them all for 10 billion. How would you like to pay? Credit, please. That's not the same. It's, they're orders of magnitude apart. We see Sachi and Nagi are kind of, like, stunned at how rich people play things. And well, Erika just kind of obliviously smiles. It seems everyone thinks differently about houses. Did you play Hiro-chan? And Sachi kind of tries to stop her. Erika-chan, that's a bit... Oh, right, because the only sibling thing. And Hiro turns back. Of course I did. All by myself. Just like dead face there. Then we cut sometime later. As they're playing Sobashi Bros. A Mario Bros. Parody with the Shobas, who I love. I didn't think I'd find this game in here. This is Sachi. We've got this at home, too. We played with 4 players together with Mom and Dad. And Nagi kind of retorts, Sachi's the type to take all the items herself. Shut up! I also killed my brother by jumping off his head. That's Erika. And Nagi pipes in again. Sachi did that too. Shut up. And we see Hiro still just utterly, like, dead now. I got 100% completion. All by myself. And Nagi jumps in. From now on, I'll be there for you, Seigo-san. Hold up. Erika stops them all, stunned at something. And we see a save file. The first save file was from 2010. The second is from 2020. This save file is from 3 days ago. Okay. So he actually is here? Also, we have the exact date this story is set in, July 24th, 2020. Which is actually kind of interesting. Most manga don't allow for specific dates like that, especially with years. Anyway, just something to keep in mind. And Nagi and Sachi look at it. Huh? So, what's going on here? The 4 of us only got here yesterday, right? And Hiro offers, maybe somebody stayed here before we got here? But Erika is very stunned. She's kind of put the pieces together. That can't be right. This villa is for family only, and Mommy and Daddy don't play games at all. And Nagi chimes in, you mean my brother? And Nagi gets up and runs. Sachi calls out for him, wait, Nagi, where are you going? And he calls back, 3 days ago, right? He just might still be in town. And we see Erika stunned at how close she all of a sudden is to finding her brother. Huh? And he's kind of running through town. He stopped at a ledge, kind of exhausted. Where could he be? Maybe areas with tourist attractions? Or maybe roads with restaurants? And just then Erika catches up. Nagi-kun, wait! Stop looking! I think here she's kind of all of a sudden nervous about, you know, the goal of finding Sousuke again has kind of been this distant goal for her for so long that all of a sudden it's landed in her lap and she's kind of startled. That's my reading of this. But we see she's, like, out of breath. Like, we see the sweat. She, like, ran to catch up with him. Amino-san. Back at the house, Sachi looks out after them. Erika-chan. She went to stop him. And Hiro's just, yup. What's going on with her? Didn't she want to see her brother all this time? And Hiro just responds, you don't get it, do you? You're still a kid, Sachi. What do you mean by that? Erika-chan's feelings? I think you would be the one that understands the most. Are we implying she feels something for Sousuke? Because I think Erika very clearly shut that down back in like 46 or something. Sometime around there. I hope we're not going down that route. Sachi is clearly confused, and Hiro just lets out, I died. Back with Nagi and Erika. What do you mean, stop looking? And Erika can't really answer. Even if he's not close by, somebody around here might have seen him. After all, he's definitely been at the villa. You could finally see him again. You wanted to ask him so many things, right? Wasn't it because of him that you tried so hard on social media? And Erika just quietly, yeah, you're right. And she grabs his arm. I think I'm scared. And here we have our weekly money shot. Another gorgeous full-page panel. We see how like I kind of said, she's very nervous about this goal kind of coming to completion. And as maybe Hiro said, she has some feelings for him, which, why do you keep going down this well, Yoshikawa? It's never worked before. Anyway. And we see Nagi's kind of stunned. Now that I can suddenly see someone who I've searched so long for, I don't know how I should feel. I need to collect myself. She like turns away, which is basically just what I was saying a few pages ago. I'm such a coward, but that's just how it is. Let's head back. And just then, Nagi catches up to her and like holds her arm. Why are you afraid? When we meet him, I'll be there with you. Oh, that is some good NagiEri ship fuel. You know I'm all about that. That is our fucking thumbnail right there. And we see Erika is shocked. No, wait, because he's my brother too, okay? Which is an interesting twist, given that, I mean, he's very clearly deflecting, so I'm not going to take it too seriously. But, like, all this time he's been like, my only sibling is Sachi, that's that family bond we have, and it's kind of a sign that he's deflecting, that he's not serious there, because that is so, or he's not honest there, I should say, because that's so counter to his own beliefs. Anyway, like what I'm saying is the real reason he's doing this is not because Sousuke is his brother, but because he cares about Erika. Anyway, I see. You're right. Well, if you're there too, I might not be scared anymore. I think. And Nagi kind of looks at her. I guess I have no choice. Why don't you come too? She's trying to play it off. What? I don't think I like your attitude. Next time, a rainy day date with Hiro? Okay. So, I'm gonna talk about that next time blurb first. Given that the way this chapter is set up, it seems like the next thing we're going to be dealing with is, Sousuke. But the blurb there says, a rainy day date with Hiro, which is very much not related to Sousuke. So we'll see about that. We'll see how all of that comes in, next time. As for the chapter itself, first, let's get the elephant out of the room. The elephant in the room out of the way, I should say. Specifically, page 19 here. I'm not going to really comment on the fact that both Nagi and Sachi are still tired. That's kind of a last chapter thing. Nice attention to detail, I guess, but like I still don't really want to deal with that. Particularly the one thing I want to bring up again is Erika-chan's feelings. I think you would be the one that understands the most. Which sure is something, ain't it? I mean, I don't think that Hiro is right. I hope that Yoshikawa is largely allowing Hiro to be wrong about things. That Hiro thinks there's something between, that Hiro thinks there's something between Erika and Sousuke, and that she is wrong. Just because, like, that's very clearly not how Erika sees it. She's completely aghast at the idea that she could even be into her own brother. Back when I forget exactly how the conversation went at the pool that one time. When I think Erika brings up, what about you and Sachi, that could work. And then Nagi's like, fuck off. Yeah, that would be like you and your brother. And Erika's like, oh fuck, yeah, that's really bad. So yeah, I hope Hiro was wrong. I just wish we didn't have to keep bringing up incest all the time. Like, what is with you, Yoshikawa? Why, where did this come from? This was nowhere back in Yamada-kun. You weren't constantly teasing incest back then. Why now? But that's a larger series rant and not a chapter 52 rant. I did like learning Sousuke's name. It doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it's just kind of nice to have a name. We see some more of Nagi's kind of innocent horniness, which is a recurring trait for him. But I do like just seeing, Nagi's whole MO here is like, we're helping out Erika. He's the one who brings up, maybe there's something else in the villa that could help us find Sousuke. Which initially is just kind of a bit, an avenue for, like, gags about Hiro being an only child, and how different rich and poor people are. I love Nagi and Sachi playing Yakuza. That's just a really funny gag. And Sachi realizing that she was kind of a brat as a child. I love Nagi and Sachi's shock at just how rich people handle things. But then all of that kind of changes when we see the 2020 save data. Which is just like, oh, Sousuke was here. And we could have a resolution to this plot very quickly. if the next time blurb is not too on the nose or something. But yeah, as soon as we find that, we see it's Nagi who's the one who's just like, we're gonna find him. This is what Erika wants. Even if consciously he's not saying, I'm doing this because of Erika, that's why he's doing it. In his subconscious, this is an Erika thing. Which then leads us to that great final scene, when Erika admits that she's scared. That, like, her goal is within reach, and she's a little bit nervous. And Nagi comforts her, I'll be there. We can find him together. And Erika still kind of, like, has to play it cool, you know. But it is, in its own way, in admitting that she does want Nagi there when she finds her brother. And I am all for that. So yeah, that's really all of this chapter. I'm excited to see where we go from here. Hopefully we can kind of leave all the incest implications to the side, please? But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!